This week, we drive 2 hours out of Las Vegas to St. George, Utah, to check out Sand Hollow State Park, known for its fishing, lakefront campground views, red rock desert landscapes, and beautiful mountain backdrops. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans for us and kicked up winds of over 30 miles an hour, which had us hunkering down in our 5-foot truck bed for the night. And it may be time to get a new camera because the audio in the beginning of this adventure cut out, so I'll be narrating. What I really wanted to do this week was fish, but with this wind, it turned out to be a tough goal. I did some research before the trip and found one of the more popular ways to fish on this lake when you're targeting striped bass is to use a Texas rig with a worm. It's essentially a weighted hook, and the way you bait the plastic worm is that you want to hide the hook within the worm, so this is what it ends up looking like. So I head out and brave the wind, trying to cast out with the wind so my line gets out a bit further. I fished for about an hour and unfortunately didn't catch anything, which wasn't surprising since there was no one else out here fishing, so we make our way back to camp.
Told you it's really windy out here, Rio. Look at the snow on these mountains. It's gonna be a cold night. I'm the only crazy person walking around outside right now. It is so cold. I think it's like 30 degrees and blowing 30-mile-an-hour winds right now. But holy crap, look how gorgeous this place is. It kind of like reminds me of like Alaska with these snow-capped mountains. All right, guys, made it to camp. Got a pull-through spot here. Got a nice little gazebo with a picnic table and a little fire pit that I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using. We're pretty much at like the corner of the campground, so these sites are relatively spaced out, decent amount of space between them. I am parked weird for our spot, but that's because I want to face the wind so that I don't have too much wind noise coming at the truck and the wind is coming this way. And we do have some water, we do have some electric, which I am going to be using tonight to make dinner. And we're at spot 23 here. So let's get set up. Let's get our fishing poles out of here. Look at the sand coming this way. This is a pretty common thing with diesel heaters, but I put a plastic on mine so that it doesn't leak through the top hole. So, but you can see here there is still some leakage. So it didn't completely stop diesel from coming out the cap, but yeah, I don't know. Using this for dinner. Take out my water. Everything's so dusty. Crap. Oh man, days like today make me really, really glad that I have a camper that I can, you know, retreat into, because it's so freaking windy right now. I got the truck kind of being a wind block, but man, it is windy. I keep saying that, but it really is. Like, even from just driving on the paved roads in here, look how much sand I got in my truck bed. It's just all over the place in here. Great. Let's get this diesel heater installed here. Whew. All right. Wow. Dirt. We got tumbleweeds rolling around over here. Look at that. A big old tumbleweed just came by. I'm glad I angled the truck towards the wind, because it's pretty much the only saving grace that we have right now, guys.
Camping out around the sand when it's super windy, no bueno. It's like all this dust and dirt just is getting kicked up in my face. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna set all this up, but I don't even know if we're gonna be able to keep the tent open. Holy crap.
Look at this. This tent literally might like freaking come off this rooftop. Look at that, my seam already broke there. I might have to put this tent down. Literally, like, look at this. It's like gonna fly off. Both sides too, it's just like a little wind chamber.
Well, there's literally nothing we can do about this wind, so I think it's just time to crack open a beer and just be one with the wind.
Good girl, Rio. Just hang out. You don't want to be out here right now. All right, so at the gas station earlier, I picked up a fresh and juicy Session Indian Pale Ale. So this is by Silver Reef Brewing Co. out in St. George.
It is like gorgeous out right now, but it is just deceptive because it is so windy. I just keep seeing sand and dirt like fly by. Ah, how awesome. Cheers, y'all. Oh yeah, that is quite refreshing. Utah can only, I think, brew beers at a max of 5%, so I will say though, the breweries out in Utah have always been very tasty. So their beers always taste really good, but their alcohol percentage is to be desired because you need to drink like 10 for anything to happen. But not bad. I like it. 5% isn't bad though, because usually we see like 3.5%, which is pretty much nothing. But this one's pretty good. Might have to go stop by the brewery tomorrow, check them out. I got the truck bed all set up.
Still got the tent open. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it like that though, but this is kind of what we're looking like here. Just got the floorboards down. Just in case I end up closing this down, I just set this up down here so I can sit down, hang out. We're going to use the air fryer tonight to make some dinner. And we got the Jackery 1000 Plus with us. And I might just put my chair away, honestly, because maybe I'll just set it up outside.
Set this up right behind the truck to block myself from the wind, you know? Maybe. Whole thing of like sand just came out of that. Last time I went camping was with the big group trip that I put together last weekend, and it was a blast. Minus we got chased out of our campsite pretty early in the morning because of some crazy winds. I'm glad that the crazy winds didn't come out until later on in the night, like 2 in the morning when everyone had gone to bed. A couple people left early morning, which I don't blame them. I know Kenny had that whole like enclosure with his awning that he was sleeping in, and I cannot imagine what a pain in the butt that would have been sleeping in that night, because even with us like in the rooftop tent, we had everything closed in the GFC and still we could just hear everything was just flapping and going crazy. And that's probably why that seam up there is broken at this point. I really wish we had like some kind of like enclosure to sleep in, like a hard side. But overall, the group trip was awesome. If you guys are interested in hitting up the next group trip, I honestly don't know when that is. I know a couple of you guys were asking me, but our travel schedule here over the next few months is going to be a little bit crazy. So it may not be until the fall until I get another group trip put together. And we'll camp out in some trees this time instead of out in the desert. Oh man, I got so much dirt in my eyeballs right now. Oh. Let's hope this tent stays intact. It's really what I'm hoping. Man, I was really looking forward to having a campfire tonight, but that's just not happening tonight. It's just too windy for that. Maybe later, like around 10 p.m. if I really wanted to bust into this wood, but I don't think it's likely. So probably when the sun goes down, we'll just be hanging out in the GFC
and just relaxing, you know? swear this tent's gonna break, y'all. No, no jump. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Not happy about the wind? No? Oh, well guys, we're just chilling for the rest of the night until it's dinner time. Just really hoping the wind dies down. Just watching it out from the back door here. I'm about to close this because I don't want to break the tent, you know? I just don't have a lot of faith in it, I'm not gonna lie. It's been through a couple pretty bad windstorms now. We have a very long road trip through Arizona, and we're using the tent and camping out the entire time, so, or at least the majority of the time. So I'm just trying to keep it rolling until maybe my next setup, but it's just not looking good. But man, it's really nice in here. The new and improved GFC. Let's see what it looks like in here. Okay, we've got a little pooch there, but we can roll that up. All right. Oh yeah, that is so much better. It's like not noisy at all. I got a little bit of headspace right here. Just trying to tuck this stuff in. Okay, there we go, there we go. Just to make some room. I got the diesel heater still popping out, so it can give me some heat later. But otherwise, I'm really just gonna be hanging out like this in the bed. So, still got some headroom. I'm just using one cushion to sit on, so it's just only 2 inches. Then I got this bigger area up here where I can kind of like kneel. So I think I'm gonna try and cook over here, maybe with just like the door open like this. This might work, because I'm just using the air fryer tonight, really. I'm gonna have a little bit of a flame to warm up some rice, but otherwise, it's gonna be pretty chill. And it's cool because I got my sleeping bags up here still and my 2 pillows, so I got some room up here to put stuff. And this gives me a good amount of, like another foot, so I can kneel in here like that. And then I got my little couch in here. This is super windy GFC mode. Super windy lounger, super windy dwelling, wind den. It's a den, little living area. The wind end. The wind den. The wind den. Anyway, this is GFC wind mode right now, especially when you're wanting to hang out in here and just chill. It's great to just sit out. I'm out of the sun. I'm out of the wind directly since I got the tent pointing that way, but I still got a really cool little view out here, so that's cool. Holy crap. The dog was just getting anxious outside since we were just standing there, so I put her back in the in the truck. She's seemed more content inside. She was not very happy being out here in the elements, especially if we're not doing anything, you know. She's also probably wondering where Carly is. Carly ended up having to work this weekend, so that's what made me decide to, you know, go do a little trip out since she's going to be out overnight. So I figured I'd check out a new spot. Sand Hollow just seemed to make the most sense, and I swear, you know, I looked up the weather 2 weeks ago, right before I booked it, looked it up again 1 week ago, looked it up yesterday, and then today, and this wind forecast was not here. So I don't know what happened, or maybe I was looking up the wrong place, because I was literally I was typing in Sand Hollow State Park weather, but from my location on my iPhone, it automatically put me in Hurricane, Utah, so, which is literally right outside town. This is like where it's at, is right near Hurricane, Utah. But man, I don't know if it's because we're kind of in like a valley with the wind here. It's just really, really strong. So I was in St. George earlier and there was no wind. It was like perfect weather. But down here, I don't know if it's because we're kind of in a valley, especially coming along the water right there. There's no windbreak, nothing. So it was just, you know, it's just ripping through here. But pretty nice little campground though. Nice shade, picnic table. Your spots are really far, like pretty spaced out. They kind of look a little bit close, but they're not that close. But otherwise, yeah, this is awesome. Like, great little background. We got some red rocks in the distance. After getting this all set up, this makes me think whether or not, or question whether or not, like, other
soft-sided 4 pop-up, like with the 4 corners pop-up versus the wedge tent. I wonder if, because that is still like tent material, if it's like really loud at night. For anyone with 4-wheel campers, let me know, is that, you know, pretty problematic at night when it's really windy like this? One upgrade that I've been, you know, seriously considering is like getting a different camper, but one that has all the sides pop up, like a 4-wheel camper or a Tune M1, or, you know, just something that pops up all 4 corners. Because I just feel like the GFC after a couple days is just so small for me, Carly, and Rio. I just like wish we had a little bit more space. But especially like in the bed when we're both in there with the dog, because the dog is so spoiled, she sleeps with us. So it gets a little bit crowded in there, and I really want like a fan or something on the top too to, you know, help move air around. So I've been looking at those 4 corner pop-up tents, because I just feel like that would give you a good amount of space, you know, in the when you're sleeping. But I'm not sure if the wind is going to be a problem in that too, since it is using that same type of material, or if it's a little bit stronger. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Comment down below if you guys would know, you know, are the 4-wheel pop-up campers, do they have the same issues as wedge tents with the wind? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at all this. Look at all this dust. But yeah, let me know if you guys know. I'm curious. I'm going to do some research on that. But man, GFC owners, like, how are y'all feeling about this? Like, do you guys just toughen it out and sleep through the wind? Maybe I need, oh, you know what I probably need is some like headphones, like, or some type of like noise canceling, because it's really like the noise that gets me. So maybe I'll try that tonight. Supposedly the wind dies down at like 10 p.m. I think. You know, I don't mind the wind. Like, it's not like we can physically feel it. We sometimes do, but it's mainly the noise that wakes me up at night. And sleep is probably one of my biggest priorities whenever we're camping, because it just makes camp much better. I mean, like, especially if you're doing it multiple days in a row, you want to have good sleep every night. So, and usually we do honestly have really good sleep at night, but when it's windy and like hearing the tent flaps flap, it's so distracting. It wakes me up usually. I'm just trying to think of like other ways to get around it, but definitely the earplugs would help a lot, I'm pretty sure. And I think I actually do have some. I think I got some in here somewhere. Yeah. Is it you? Yeah, here we go. I do have some. I knew I had some in here, so I'm definitely gonna wear some of these tonight. Well guys, I think we're just gonna watch the sunset and chill out for the night until we want to make dinner. The sun sets around 6:30 here. It's 6:14 right now, so sun's gonna set in about 15 minutes and we'll start making dinner. Tonight for dinner, we're gonna be making teriyaki salmon bowls. So I'm excited. That's why I brought the air fryer. One of my favorite ways to make salmon. Those should be really good. Be easy thing to cook, because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna cook inside. Maybe we'll just cook like this. Just leave this open, you know. That's not a bad idea. I gotta wash some veggies though. I don't have like a sink or anything. Gotta do outside. Get them all dirty from the dirt and the dust. And I'm stoked that I can still run the diesel heater at the same time. I gotta put like a little, probably like a yellow rag around there so it doesn't mess up the zipper, but should be good. All right guys, it is dinner time. We are in the truck bed, sitting crisscross applesauce. We're gonna try and make everything out of the air fryer. So we're gonna start off with, I should probably tell you guys what we're making first. So tonight we are making some salmon, teriyaki salmon bowls. So I got some rice. I pre-made some rice yesterday, so I just gotta warm this up. We got some salmon. This looks like watermelon, but I swear it's salmon. I cut this up from some salmon we got in Alaska over the summer. We got some onions and peppers, mainly just the onions from here. We got some carrots, broccoli, and some green onion. So the first thing I'm gonna do is warm up the rice, and I think I'm gonna try and do that in maybe a tin foil. I'm not entirely sure how to warm up rice in here. And then I'm gonna add in some broccoli, season that, and carrots are just gonna go in raw, and the onions will just go in raw as well. And I have a host of sauces that will be going on the bowl. We're gonna marinate the salmon first in some Kewpie mayo. We also got some more ingredients in here. Got some honey. It's a little bit tight in here, guys, so bear with me. We got some furikake. Got some sesame seeds, some more onion, and an avocado. So this is gonna go on there as well. I'm gonna drizzle some honey onto the salmon. and let's get that marinated. All right, let me just look up this recipe. She had a couple different things to marinate the salmon. I need to pat them dry first though. I really wanted to put everything in here, but looks like there's a lot of liquid in here. Pat it down real quick. Got my trash can here. Put this paper towel on the salmon and just to soak in some of the juices in here. So I'm going to marinate it in this bag is what I was planning on. First thing we're going to do is put on some ginger paste. So I just got some ginger paste here, make it a little bit easier. Throw a little dab in there, and a little bit more. Also going to throw in some honey, probably not too much. Soy sauce, some salt and pepper, and then we're going to throw some Kewpie mayo in there. All right, now we're just going to mix this all up. Just a little bit more soy sauce here. A little bit more Kewpie mayo. Just a tad bit more honey. And I think this is good. Alright, we're just going to let this sit for 20 minutes. So let's get our air fryer warmed up here. Turn the Jackery on. Go. Alright guys, so next we are going to warm up the rice first, and then I'm going to get the veggies warmed up. But to warm up the rice, I think I'm just going to wrap it in tin foil in like a little ball and call it good. So we're going to be working down here. Get a little rice ball here. Just do this and just warm it up like that. Maybe like 3 minutes. Oh man, guys, working in tight quarters like this is not ideal, but it's all right. Get these ready, but we're gonna throw the rice in here when it's done. I need to cut up some onions, also cut up the avocado. So I looked up the weather again, and unfortunately, it's not looking good tonight, guys. Check this out. Hurricane is showing literally winds until midnight tonight, so it's not gonna calm down until about 1 in the morning, so I think I'm gonna be sleeping down here tonight. But oh well. Rio can fit in here, so she'll be happy. She was kind of whining earlier when I fed her because she really wanted to be in here, but there's just no room. Like, there's no room for a dog, and she'd be stealing some food for dinner. You already know. So I guess I'm gonna have to cut up some onions with this. This is probably going to hurt my eyeballs. You guys mentioned, so when I was in, when we were in Bryan Head and when those onions were attacking us violently in the kitchen, some of you guys were talking about the reason why was because I use a serrated blade, and I had no idea, but it makes sense now because you're kind of like tearing at the fibers of the onion, so it just releases more of that, I don't know, whatever makes your eyes watery. So this is a red onion, so I don't know, maybe, hopefully it'll be a different effect. The avocado is going to be a little difficult. I think I can do it. All right.
Let's see what we can do with this avocado. I'm just being lazy, guys. I don't want to go back outside. Oh. Wow. Butter knife worked. So that's cool. All right, and I think that is pretty much it. I'm gonna put this avocado in here. Seal that up. That's feeling good. One more minute, and we'll get the broccoli in there. All right, guys, getting some broccoli in here. Just looking for some smaller stems. It's probably good. I'm gonna spray these a little bit. Oh man, I'm running out of oil. Let's do some garlic and onion on here. Getting the broccoli in. Put those in for like 10 minutes. And then after that, the salmon should be ready and well seasoned here. And the salmon's only gonna take like maybe 13 minutes or so. Let's get the salmon in here. Broccoli is done. Just gonna cook. Let's cook up the salmon. Salmon in for 13 minutes at 380. We're gonna rearrange our bowl now in preparation for the salmon. So I'm gonna throw the rice down here. Plate up our rice, add in our broccoli. We're gonna add in some of our onions here. It's probably right at the bottom. Cut up the avocado. Alright, got the avocado in there, the onions and the broccoli. Let's get a little bit of carrots in here. Just to give it some color. The start of our teriyaki salmon bowl. I probably should have separated these just a little bit, but oh well. Almost done. I'm getting hungry, so finishing up these bowls. Alright, salmon is done. Ooh, smell that ginger in there. Throw a couple pieces in here. This air fryer is going to be gnarly to clean tomorrow, but it's alright. Now we are going to garnish with some Kewpie mayo and some barbecue sauce. And I was going to bring teriyaki sauce for this, but I totally spaced it. So we're going to be using this Japanese barbecue on top. So I guess it's going to be more like barbecue salmon. Be a little bit much. That's all right. Get all my sauces out here. All the sauces. Just a little bit of soy sauce here. Some sriracha. Top it off with some sesame seeds. I brought all the condiments and everything, guys. And some furikake. This is gonna be like flavor overload. Wish I had a bigger bowl. Furikake. Got some seaweed on the side, and that is it. Teriyaki salmon bowl. Alright guys, so we're gonna try some of this. Get some chopsticks out. My little pack here comes in some chopsticks, so they come in handy. Let me just try the salmon on its own first here. Oh yeah, that's good. I'll leave the recipe down below of what I loosely followed. It's by this girl named like Chrissy or Tiffany Cooks or something like that. But she's got some good stuff. Oh, I forgot to top this off with some green onions as well. So some green onions here. All right, let's try this out here. The problem with chopsticks is it's hard to get like a bite of everything, you know? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Mix all this flavor all together. Oh yeah. Definitely sleeping down here tonight. That is for sure. This is so good, guys. Oh, I love that Japanese barbecue. This stuff right here, for like Asian bowls and stuff, this is definitely my favorite barbecue to add to it. Gives it such good flavor. But the Kewpie mayo, the sriracha, furikake, just everything all together is just so good. There's definitely like a 9.5 out of 10 for sure. Almost a 10. Well guys, I think I'm just gonna chow down, hang out, relax, listen to the wind howl through the tent. And then get cleaned up. So I think I'm just gonna throw on a movie. I'm just gonna hang out. I have Starlink in the car, but I'm just too lazy to set it up. So I got some stuff downloaded. The new Venom's out. I've seen all of them, so except this new one, so I gotta watch it.
Corners of the universe until you find this with your lives. I'll tell you what, man.
Probably one of the nicer campground bathrooms I have ever seen. This is like fully enclosed, not exposed to the outside. And really nice warm shelter actually, away from the wind. Super clean though, really, really nice. They actually have soap. The only thing it's missing is a paper towel, but. All right, getting Rio in her jacket. She doesn't get cold tonight. Good girl, yo. Just move this. Lay down over here. Where? Good girl. Good girl. Also got a little sleeping bag for Rio. Isn't that right, Rio? You got your jacket, got your sleeping bag. You're ready for 30-degree weather. Good girl, Rio. Good girl. Yes. Say goodnight, Rio. Goodnight, Rio.
Let's dance, baby.
No.
Party pooper.
No. Do not encourage him.
Good morning, guys. Still extremely windy this morning, unfortunately. I'm glad we did sleep in the bottom of the bed, though, because otherwise we probably would not have slept. With the wind, though, I think we're going to forego coffee and breakfast. Maybe we'll just go find something in town, since I don't feel like getting a mouthful of dirt in my mouth as I make breakfast. I was planning on making some shakshuka, and I don't want to cook that in the truck bed, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to save that for another time. But we're gonna get packed up here, get everything dusted off, because everything is covered in sand outside. Before we leave though, I am gonna try and throw a line in the water a couple more times just to see. Maybe I can, I found another spot on the lake where I think hopefully with the wind, it'll just kind of help me thrust my line out towards where I need it to be. So let's go get packed up and get on out of here. And something new I've been using are these electronic hand warmers instead of using the disposable ones. So this has 3 different modes on it: 122, 104, and a 113. I had them at 104 all night, and they have about 29% left. But they lasted overnight, which is good. So you can so currently has 29%. It's right at 104. If you want to change it, there's just one button, so you can just click and it'll change the temperature of what you want it to go to. And then when you hold it down, that's when it turns off. So pretty cool. They do get really hot though. I can't use these over the 104, which is the lowest setting, because they do get so hot. It's like hot, really hot to the touch. So you don't want to touch them because they start burning you, literally. So I only keep them at 104, and I just keep them in my pockets. But they have been working out pretty well. So I dig it. You ready for breakfast, Rio? All right, let's go have breakfast. A good solid amount of dust just fell on me. Still windy. Yeah, we're not making breakfast in this. I was thinking about making coffee, but it is so freaking windy. Ripping some more of my seams out. Look at all this dust just like flying around. This is crazy. Crap. All right, guys, we are back in the truck. Wow, it has been a windy 24 hours, to say the least. I got dirt in my eyeballs. I got dirt in my mouth. There's like gritty. Pretty sure I got dirt in my ears. It's just not pleasant out here right now. I think we're gonna forego fishing, unfortunately. I ended up buying a 3-day fishing license here in Nevada, or sorry, here in Utah, and that cost about $40, I think, for non-residents. But no one's fishing out in these conditions right now. There's like no boats on the water, nothing. So I don't know. I think I just got really lucky with how crappy the weather is right now. But I won't say it was particularly miserable last night. We slept pretty good. It dropped down definitely into the 30s. We didn't have to turn on the diesel heater though, because we were in such a small space that me and Rio, between both of us, we kept it pretty warm in there. But the campground overall is beautiful. It is really nice. The spots are very level. The only issue though is that we are literally surrounded by silty red rock sand. So that's just flying everywhere. Like everywhere. Usually wind, I really don't care about wind too much, but it's when you have sand that's like kicking up around you and just dusting everything, and you can't even like step outside without, putting some glasses on. I need like goggles. Like my eyes have so much sand in them right now, and I don't know, the sand just gets everywhere. Overall, the campground's super nice. I think I'm just getting a bad taste in my mouth because the weather has been so crappy the entire time I've been here. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is, we take whatever Mother Nature gives us, It's hard to plan stuff like this, especially if like you make a reservation, 2 weeks in advance. You just don't know what'll happen. Definitely not the trip I envisioned, but it's all good. At least we got to see the campground out here. We got to see, check out the lake, which was really nice. I think we're gonna get out of this valley though and make our way over to St. George and go find some coffee, some breakfast, maybe walk the dog around at one of those parks. Because we did stop by a park in St. George earlier, and the weather was gorgeous, so I had high hopes. So the fact that we came to this has been kind of crazy. The wind literally died down maybe at like 3 in the morning for maybe an hour, and then it kicked right back up around sunrise when I put the camera up for the sunrise. So, which I don't even know if that actually captured anything, because by the time I went back outside, my camera was across the table. Couldn't set it up on a tripod because that would have kicked over the tripod with how much wind we were getting. So gusts of about 35 miles an hour. So that's it's always fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pretty chill, lax, just a windy day camping out here in Utah. I definitely want to come back though, especially like to enjoy the water, maybe just do like a day trip out and then like disperse camp elsewhere around the park. Because it was a little bit expensive to stay here. It was about $40 for the night. You do have hookups and everything, so I guess that, you know, probably is what's really being taken into account with these prices. And I think in the summertime it may also go up, because I can't imagine how popular this place is in the summertime especially. So this tent right here is hanging on for dear life over there. Well, anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.